friends. I just wanted to make a couple of little junk journals. This is one of the first junk journals that I made. I just started doing junk journals, 8 months ago, maybe something like that. And I was just hooked, and I've made several since then. But I went back to this one, and I really enjoy the simplicity of it, the size of it. So I thought I would make a couple more just using this sort of formula. So I'm just going to give you a quick little, I don't think I've ever done a flip through of this. So I'm just going to do a quick little flip through, and then I'm going to show you step by step how I'm going to put a couple new ones together. So just some basic pockets and tags and different things. It was quite simple, but it was fun to put together, and it was just, you know, using the basics, the basic knowledge that I had at the time and the basic supplies I had at the time. So I'm just kind of going back to my roots here. So just different simple pages. And this one obviously is a bee journal. I used, what is it called? Honeybee Kit, I believe, from Bible Journal Love. I can link that below if you would like to pick that up. And but the new ones, I'm just going to make generic for now, and then I'll add different things in later. The bees are really cute in this kit. So I just used some coffee dyed yellow paper mostly in this kit, a little bit of book page, just some journaling cards, some index card. This was a little paper bag that I coffee dyed and made into a little stacked pocket. This is just a tag that I bound in here. Just some little strips and belly bands. I like I said, I didn't really know what I was doing at the time, so I just kind of did it, and it was fun. And so that's my plan to do again. So what I've got is a whole pile of stuff here, and I'm going to make 3 of these simple ones. So I've just got everything is in 3s. And I think I've got 14 or 15 different pages I'm going to make. This one was 2 signatures. So I'm going to do the same thing, 2 signatures, same size. So I just kind of found various things, just sort of found items. I didn't, none of it is special digitals or anything like that. So I'll just show you what I have. I have 3 just tags that I cut out of a manila folder. I have 3 paper bags that I just folded in half. I had some yellow, pale yellow lined paper that I just folded in half. 3 little doilies that I had coffee dyed. 3 pieces of vellum. And then just some coffee dyed paper, just regular coffee dyed paper. This was, I believe I used food coloring actually for this one. And then I did some napkins, coffee filters as well. And I just kind of folded them like that, so they're going to be like a pocket in the journal. This was some different lined paper that I just folded in half. Here's some pink paper that I folded in half, just pink copy weight paper. I did some Bible journal pages. This is just a little piece of cardstock. I think I'm going to put something onto these. This will just be bound in as part of the hinge. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with that yet, but. And some more coffee dyed paper. This is some ledger paper. It was a little bit too wide, so I just folded a bit over so I can have a little flip or a tuck or something. I don't know quite yet what I'm going to do. And then this was just some, it's just an envelope actually, but it's a very nice sounding envelope, so I thought I would use that in there. And these ones were a bit long as well, so I folded it up to make a little bit of a pocket. And then I have this, these are old file folders that I have quite a few of. So I decided to use that for the cover. That's what I used for the cover on this one as well. And I made these 10 inches by 5 3/4 inches. So that nicely fits these because the pages will be half of a letter size, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that will nicely fit those. And then what I did is I scored it. Well, I ended up doing 4 1/2 inches actually from here to here, and I made a score. And then I did, so 4 1/2, 4 3/4, 5 and 5 1/4. And then I did 4 1/2 on this side, so I actually trimmed a tiny bit off. It was not quite 10 inches. So that's what I did. So I'm going to, these are the 2 fold lines of the journal, and then I'm going to put one signature on this and one signature in this line. So I'm just going to fast forward all of the boring parts so you can just kind of see the basics. So I'll get my signatures kind of ready to put in, and then I'll give you a quick little tutorial if you want to see how I put my signatures in, and then we'll just kind of hop in and out. I'll skip the boring parts for you and just show you kind of the highlights. So I'll be back in a second. So I put my signatures in piles. So this is one journal, this is another journal, and this is another journal. So there's 6 signatures all together in 3 journals. So I'm just going to take one signature for the first journal. I use a phone book to make my holes. There's different ways of doing it, but that works really well for me. And so I'm just going to put together my different pieces here. So I'm just kind of going to vary them. I've got quite a pile of different sorts of paper here, so put one of these in here. It's nice to just sort of vary the different paper. That's got a pocket, so I'll make sure that goes that way. I may just have that one in the center. I think that might be nice in the center. There. So I think that will work well. If your pages are a little bit shorter, this one's a tiny bit shorter, but not much. This one is quite a bit shorter. What I sometimes do is I will take a little bit of washi tape and just tape it in place where I kind of want it to sit. So just make sure everything is in there well. This one kind of in the middle. In fact, I might just tape that one in as well because that one could shift a bit. I just like using some washi tape that's not always the stickiest because I don't want to rip my paper when I take it off. So a little bit there. And then this one. I'm going to make a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, so if I center it right in the center, then I'll only have 1 hole in it. So I think I'll put it at the top. There's always usually a lot going on at the bottom of our journals with pockets and different things, and not as much going on as at the top. So whenever I can shift something to the top, it's a good idea to do that. I told you I was going to fast forward all the boring parts, and then I do this to you. I'm sorry. I just thought, kind of looking at doing this video for those who are maybe just getting started with junk journals and don't really know all the steps yet. So I'm trying to show the steps, but also not belabor the point, I guess. So what I then want to do is I should have 4 score lines here. This one, because the file folder has a few extra, but these are the 4 that I'm concerned about here. So one of them is going to be on each end. There's one that's just going to be the fold, and then there's 2 in the center that I want to stitch on. So I'll fold one of them. So I'll just fold that one. And that's the one that I'll start with. So I'm going to put that in my crease here. And I'm going to put this in my crease here. And I'm just going to make sure, yeah, the pocket is right way up. So I'm just going to kind of center that in there like that. And then I'm going to take my awl or pokey tool and just going to eyeball it. For these little journals, I make it a little bit closer to the edge. For a larger journal, I would make it a little bit more centered, but these ones are pretty small. And then I use around 2.5 times the height of the journal for my thread. This is just some thick cotton thread. It's, I don't know actually even where I got it from, but very thick cotton thread. And then you can start from the inside or the outside. If you start on the inside, then you'll have your thread tails on the inside. And if you do it on the outside, you'll have them on the inside. This time I'm going to do it on the, start on the inside. So I just pull it through, and then I want to hold my tail so it doesn't come through. Sometimes you might have to feed the pages a little bit individually, especially when you've got so many different types of pages and stuff here. I have a feeling I probably should have reinforced that Bible page because it is a little bit older. But we'll see how it goes. So then you go in through there and then come back through either the top or the bottom, doesn't matter. Then you skip the middle and go through the opposite side here, like that. Then from the opposite side, you go back into the middle. Just like that. So you have two threads coming back up in the middle. And then I just kind of straighten them up and just give it a little tug. I don't want it too tight because I can rip the paper, but I do want it tight at the back there as well. Make sure one of your strings is on either side of the center, and then I just tie a knot. See, I have plenty of thread on this one. I probably didn't need quite so much. But after I cut this thread off, I usually keep it, and then I'll use it for something else so it doesn't go to waste. So there's one of the signatures already sewn in. So I'll just do the second one and fast forward this part so you can just kind of see how I'm going to do the second one. So I'm going to do the second one right in this next fold there. There, and just like that, we have a journal. So here's our basic journal. So we have all the different pages that we just bound in. Just take my washi tape off of those pages. You can just, when it's on for a couple of seconds, it does kind of sometimes stick too much. Doesn't look like much yet, but this is the base of it, and it's really fun to decorate these. So I'm just going to leave you with that part for today. I'm going to do my other 2 journals and just bind them exactly the same way as this. And if you're interested in following along, just grab the supplies and cut to these measurements and make yourself a journal. And then the next time I will begin decorating. We'll do the cover, we'll do the spine, we'll do some of the pages and turn it into something like this. So if you want to see the next part, subscribe if you aren't already so you don't miss it. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks, friends.